Okay. Just perfect. There we go. Hello. How is everyone? Jesus, what the heck? All right, let me see. There we go. You know, I still have like, actually, how many do I have? Hold on. I'll have to print these off probably after the stream. I have 8 more pieces of fan art actually to print off after this. So let me see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of those 8 pieces of fan art feature Mothman. So we're gonna be getting some more Mothman on here. Wait, did I miscount actually? Hold on. Nope, 7. 6 out of those 7 are Mothman. So we're going to be getting a lot of more Mothman fan art up there. And then I have a Fresno Nightcrawler that's really cute that I am going to put up there. So, yeah, I'm going to try to just fill this wall up. And yeah, if you guys can't tell, if I look it, I am actually really fucking tired. It's been a really, really busy week. So I'm going to get started here in a minute. But I will show you guys something before the stream. I am getting a 3D printed leggy Kirby. If you guys don't know what that is, it is this. I'm getting one of these, and I'm so fucking excited to get it. I've always wanted one of those ever since I saw them online. I have a 3D printer. Luckily, I know a place that does, and I'm really excited. I put my little thing in, and I'm hopefully getting that here within the next week or so. I can also get a Patrick from SpongeBob, but it's Buddha. I could get a Loki helmet, a little Loki helmet. There's so much stuff I could get, but I'm just excited about that leggy Kirby. I just hope he comes out all right. But yeah, leggy Kirby. What the heck is this? And I will give it 20 seconds and I will start. Let me check my email one last time on here. All right, let's start. So hi guys, welcome to Cryptocast, your source for all things crypto related, unknown, and paranormal. I'm your host Parker, and today we are actually going to be talking about cryptids from Illinois on our little cryptid state adventure here. And also, I'm sorry if I look tired and I seem really out of it today. It's because I am tired. It's been a pretty fucking busy week. It was my first full week back at college, and my mom broke her arm, so I've been just helping out a lot. And on top of that, I've been staying up late like I normally do, which I probably shouldn't be doing. But yeah, it's just been a really crazy, hectic week. So let me see. Okay, there we go. Okay, so with that being said, we are going to talk about some cryptids from Illinois. And next week, I am planning on doing. I did say I would take a hiatus for a little bit from the SCP exploration videos because some people were like, "Hey, can we see something a little different?" And I mean, I love doing that SCP series, but I mean, I can understand like too much of a good thing. So I'm gonna take a little break from that series for probably about like a month. It's February 1st, and February is a short month, so I'll probably get back into that series, um, sometime in March. But next week I'm going to be doing the original stories of the Disney movies, like what really happened, since Disney sort of like, for the kids, they had to make them not as violent as they were intended. So I'm going to be covering the Brothers Grimm, and all the original fairy tales that make up some of the most popular Disney stories next week. And then the week after that, I figure it'd be pretty fun since aliens, I don't know, I just technically count them as cryptids and paranormal entities and stuff. So the week after that, I'm going to be doing a live stream on the experiments from Lilo and Stitch, and then I'll see where I'll go from there. I've also been trying to, and I've been thinking and trying to get into contact with some other like paranormal, cryptid, and horror YouTubers and stuff like that. Seeing if I can like do like a little interview with them like on the live stream. So if you guys have like any suggestions about who you want me to try to get into contact with to hopefully have them on the stream at some point, let me know, because I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So far, I've gotten Paranormal Junkie. Someone suggested him. I've gotten suggestions for Chills. I've gotten suggestions for the Paranormal Files. I actually have it all down here somewhere. Okay, yep. So far, it's just those three: Chills, Paranormal Junkie, and the Paranormal Files. So those are the three that like right now I'm thinking about contacting. I mean, like if you guys have any other ones that you like and you want me to get into contact with, let me know, because I would like to maybe like Mr. Nightmare, Mr. Creepypasta, people like that. Let me know if you guys want me to try to get into contact with them and just like have like a little interview with them, just like on the stream, and just like ask them questions about like what was the most scariest thing that they like experienced and posted and everything. So just let me know, because I really want to try to do that. I think it would be fun. So let me know. Okay, so yes, Cryptids of Illinois on our little cryptid state adventure. So far, I think this is the third state that we've covered, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Excuse me. But we have covered, what did we cover? I think we have covered Ohio and we've covered New Jersey. And now we're covering Illinois. So, I mean, I don't know if I did West Virginia yet. If I haven't, that'll be the next state that I do. But as far as I know, it's just those three, counting this one. So yeah, I'll probably, so I'm gonna be doing this more in the series if you guys like this little mini series of going over the cryptids of every state. And then when I'm finished here, I could go cover like cryptids of like other countries. I mean, I do that anyway, but it should be fun. All right. I forgot this website had a quiz for what cryptid are you. Maybe I could do a live stream one day and I can take this quiz. Um, so let me see. We are going to be talking about right now the Enfield horror. And honestly, this is a really fucking creepy cryptid. I'll have to show you. There's a few artist renditionings of it, and they're all pretty horrifying. So I'm going to show you guys this. And it has those really weird abnormal legs. This one kind of looks more like a Photoshop gorilla, but I mean they're all artist renditionings of it. It's really creepy stuff. And there's like a color of the one picture, but yeah, the Enfield horror. Um, I don't know. This one always low key kind of freaked me out, but I do like it. That's a, why did somebody allow that on the wiki? That's a fucking porn picture of it. Actually, I might have to save that to send it to the Discord group. Okay, but so people don't know what the Enfield horror actually is. People believe that it could be an alien, some kind of demon, a genetic mutation, and it's a really, really bizarre cryptid. So it was sighted in April 25th in 1973 when a young boy named Greg Garrett claimed to have been attacked by a truly bizarre beast while playing in his backyard. The child described the being as having no less than 3 legs, grayish slimy skin, short red claws, and reddish eyes. The creature apparently stamped on the boy's feet with its own 3. Also, by the way, I'm sorry if it seems kind of dim here lately. The light above me, it's been burnt out for about a week now, so I'm hoping I can get a new one soon. Also, that reminds me about turning the lights off because I don't want that cuckoo clock going off here in like 10 minutes. So, where's the light switch? Here it is. Okay, sorry about that. I didn't want that cuckoo clock going off again like it always. And I bumped the computer. I'm sorry, guys. I bumped the computer. Okay, so I'm sorry about that, but so it's stamped on the boy's feet with its own 3 apparently clawed foot-like appendages, tearing his tennis shoes to shreds. So this thing's claws were so sharp that it cut through the kid's shoes. Um, and then Greg, crying hysterically, wasted no time scurrying away from the fiend and back into the relative safety of his parents' house. Although Greg's encounter was technically the first on record, the one that brought this creature to notoriety came just half an hour later when the Garrett's neighbor, one Henry McDaniel, and his family had their own face-to-face encounter with this unbelievable entity. At about 9:30 in the evening, the McDaniels returned home to find 2 of their children, Henry Jr. and Lil, in a terrified stupor. The children claimed that a thing had tried to break into the house through the door and a window-mounted air conditioner while their parents were gone. Excuse me. It was then that they all heard a scratching sound on their roof. There, standing on his stoop, was the same red-eyed monstrosity that had terrified his own children and assailed the Garrett child less than an hour before. McDaniel backed away from the entity in horror, slammed the door, stumbled to a nearby closet, and retrieved a flashlight and his .22 pistol. While his horrified family waited, Henry returned to the door and, with the conviction of a man dead set on defending his family and his home, threw it back open, revealing that his first vision of the unbelievable beast had not been a hallucination. Later, McDaniel described the creature to the police. It had 3 legs on it, a short body, two little short arms coming out of its breast area, and two pink eyes as big as flashlights. It stood it stood at 4.5 feet tall and was grayish colored. It was trying to get into the house. So allegedly, um, the Enfield horror followed the kid back to his house and was trying to get back to him. Jeez, guys, these like fucking solicitors just don't quit. If they want to sell you something, they're dead set on it. So McDaniels opened fire on the creature, hitting it immediately, but instead of falling to the ground wounded or dead, the horrible thing merely hissed like a wildcat at the frightened homeowner. Henry, who had fired 4 shots at the thing, assured anyone who asked that he had not missed his quarry. When I fired that first shot, I know I hit it. Then, as unbelievable as it may seem, McDaniel claimed that the zoological oddity then tore off into the night, covering an area of approximately 50 feet in a series of just 3 astonishing leaps, before disappearing into the brush along the L&N Railroad embankment in front of his house. McDaniel promptly called the authorities, but when Illinois state troopers who responded to the call arrived at the scene, the only evidence in the encounter that remained were a series of scratches in the sliding of the McDaniels' home and dog-like prints in the yard. What made the prints so unusual was the fact that they had 6 toe pads, and even more intriguingly, they represented a 3-footed animal, with one track being slightly smaller than the others. If McDaniels believed that his encounter with the unknown were a thing of the past, he would soon realize that he was sadly mistaken. On the eve of May 6th, he was startled awake in the dead of the night by a howling of some neighborhood dogs. McDaniels pulled himself out of bed and once again claimed his firearm, and with that must have been great trepidation, opened his front door. He claims he was watching the thing at some distance, languidly negotiating the trestles of the railroad tracks near his home. I saw something moving out on the railroad track, and there it stood. I didn't shoot at it or anything. It stared on down the railroad track. It wasn't in a hurry or anything. As is always the case with astounding events such as this, it wasn't long before the press got wind of the weirdness and came out in full force, but it wasn't until McDaniel's second report that the media frenzy truly kicked into overdrive. White County Sheriff Roy Posher Jr. was so perturbed by the sudden influx on press and curiosity seekers, not to mention the alarm that was settling on the locals. He threatened to incarcerate McDaniel if he didn't stop inciting panic by spraying his wildly terrifying tale. So this story freaks so many people out, so many of the locals, that the cops told him, like, hey, you better stop telling this because it's scaring the shit out of people, and if you don't stop, you're going to jail. To make matters worse, well-armed possessors of amateur monster hunters began patrolling the area near the L&N railroad track sightings. It was on one such expedition that 5 young men allegedly had a run-in with the creature identical to the one that Garrett McDaniel encountered, with the notable addition of it being described as being hairy. So this thing had hair on it, unlike what the McDaniel saw. The men discovered that hiding in the underbrush and proceeded to open fire on it, but much like the McDaniel case, their bullets were unable to cause mortal injury, and the monster bolted off at the speed that the eyewitness surmised was greatly in excess of that of any human being could achieve. So this thing is like really fast. Like, despite having 3 legs, this thing is like insanely fast. The final eyewitness to this improbable creature was Rick Rainbow. That sounds like a fucking stage name. The news director of radio station WWKI in Kokomo, Indiana. He had 3 other unnamed individuals claim to have seen a gray, stooping, 5 foot tall entity lurking outside an abandoned house not far from Garrett and McDaniel's home. So these people traveled all the way to from Indiana to Illinois to see if they could find it, and they ended up finding it. So it's a really creepy creature, but like this one always kind of like low key freaked me out when I first saw it first time a few years ago, but I do like it. But it's not my favorite Illinois cryptid. So let's go to the Murfreesboro Mud Monster. All right, let me get this up and actually go into one thing. Okay. So there's allegedly like two Bigfoot-like creatures that live in Illinois. Now here in Missouri we only have one, and that is fucking Momo. But yeah, we have two, but Illinois has two. So that's pretty cool. Let me go to that. Why are all these creatures cited in 1973? The fucking Enfield Horror was first cited in 1973, and now the Murfreesboro Mud Monster was cited in 1973. 1973 was a weird fucking year, I guess. But hey, I'm down for that. Let me see. Jesus. Murfreesboro Mud Monster is a mysterious large beast sighted in midnight 1973 when a young couple was parked by a desolate riverside for a romantic interlude when they came face to face with a huge, wet, hairy, mud-slathered beast with a penchant for disturbing teenage lovers. It just sounds like Bear Grylls. It literally just sounds like Bear Grylls. They just fucking ran into Bear Grylls. During their harrowing weeks in the summer of 1973, the rural town of Murfreesboro, Illinois, became the epicenter of a terrifying series of encounters with a huge albino beast, which would come to be known as the Murfreesboro Mud Monster or the Big Muddy Monster. Hold on, let me see. Did I accidentally disable? Did I accidentally? Oh, fucking hell. Okay. Oh gosh, guys. I am so sorry. I just realized I had my live chat off, so I wasn't seeing your messages. So I apologize. And yeah, it is my Discord noise. I'll mute that. I'm sorry about that, Phoenix. But no, I'm sorry, guys. I had my live chat like off for me by accident. So there we go. Now I can actually. Yeah, so I'm sorry, I had the live chat off. I can see all your messages now. I was worried for a minute. I'm like, is my stream today really that bad that no one wants to fucking talk? So I was just like worried for a minute. Nobody fucking replied and everything, but now I can see all your messages just fine. So I apologize for that. I must have accidentally clicked something while I was getting it set up. So, yep, now I can see you guys just fine. So I apologize for that, everyone. Okay, this is actually a fucking like novel for the Murfreesboro Mud Monster, and ooh, okay, I got this ad on here. I'm gonna show you guys this. I low key fucking want this. It's a fucking suit of armor hoodie, and that is like the fucking coolest thing I've ever seen. I want. I fucking want that. So Murfreesboro. So literally what this thing is, it's a giant, hairy, wet, um, Okay. Yeah, it's literally a giant, wet, hairy Bigfoot. I mean, he could be a bear. Not a grizzly bear, but he could be a bear. Like, if you guys know what I mean. If you guys know what I mean, it could be a bear. The big. Actually, no, I'm not. Well, actually, okay. We'll forget. We'll forget I ever called him a bear. Just we'll ignore that for now. Okay. Okay, so let me see. So I almost fell again. Fucking hell, I'm back on my stool. So really, I mean, there's a lot to this. I'm gonna try to sum it down because somebody like this is like this Wikipedia article about it is like a fucking novel. Um, well, this also mentions the Enfield horror, like how they could be like somewhat similar, except the Murfreesboro Mud Monster. It's just a big, wet, hairy Bigfoot. It's literally Bear Grylls hiding out in the swamps, scaring kids at night. And it lets out like a really loud shriek, which scares the shit out of people. Um, and one of the teens flipped on their headlamps, and they saw this really smelly, big, hairy, dripping wet creature walking towards them. And they debated whether, and they decided to report to the police. And the police took the description, and it said that it was an unknown creature report describing a beast that looked like an oversized gorilla, which they estimated to be almost 8 feet tall. So that's sort of like with normal Bigfoot sightings. Bigfoot is a tall gorilla-like creature, like around like 8 to 10 feet tall. And since it was covered in mud, dripping wet, that's how it got the name the Murfreesboro Mud Monster. And somebody actually got a footprint of it, which is pretty cool. I don't know which picture I actually like of it, but um, damn, I wish I had more light. There, it kind of looks like a Trent. There, they look. It looks like it's doing jazz hands in that picture, and oh, I'm sorry. I had something on my lens, but it looks like it's doing jazz hands. It's like a real pal. Like I would get a drink with this guy if I drank. I can't drink right now because of my meds. 'Cause then if I drink while I'm on my meds, the doctor said bad things will happen. Not like he's gonna call a hit on out. Not like he's gonna hit out on me, but just like death. So honestly, and then it just talks about, and it leaves a trail of black slime when it walks too. Pretty much. Phoenix Nightbird. Bigfoot went skinny dipping and got caught. Yes. It had a. And the thing is, too, somebody drew a sketch of it and it had a spade shaped head, kind of similar to the Flatwoods Monster. So people don't know if they're somewhat linked to each other, but it had. But it has like a. Somebody drew it had a spade shaped head. What the fuck is. Oh! Oh, it's one of these fuckers. I just saw it and I'm like, what the fuck is this? There's this one creature called Tully Monstrum, or it's also known as the Tully Monster. And it's one of these little things. I love these guys. There we go. It's one of the historic creatures with like the long mouths. I forgot those guys existed. That's pretty cool. John, how are you? Hold on, I need to try to figure out how to do something. How do I do that? What the hell? I don't know how to do that. I'll try to figure it out later. Okay, but so the Tully monster is an extinct genus of soft-bodied bilitarian. Oh my fucking god! But no, I do hope you feel better, John. Why is the same person texting me like 50 times during this? And it lived in shallow tropical coastal waters of muddy estuaries. So all these ones have like something in common. They live in mud. They like mud. So does Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig likes mud. All these cryptids in Illinois like mud. So does that mean all the cryptids in Illinois are Peppa Pig and her weird little poorly drawn family? The light just came back on. I'm happy now. I'm happy. Oh no, it's slowly going off again. Fuck me. Okay. So they've been found in the Mason Creek fossil beds of Illinois, and people still think that they're alive in their little creeks and lakes, and they could get 14 inches long. So these things for the size they could get. That's actually pretty big. Let me see, the biggest fish I have in my fish tanks upstairs right now, I'd say is probably about like 6 inches. So this is more than double that size. So these things could get, for what it's worth, like in fish I own, it gets a pretty good size. Like I'd say, hold on, let me see if I can find a good example. Here. I'd say probably, fucking hell. I'd probably say about like double the size of this little rubber lionfish here. They probably got about like double that size, maybe a little more. But so these things did get pretty big actually. Ooh. Excuse me. And they had a pair of vertical ventral fins. So it's kind of hard to describe what those are, but ventral fins, if you can kind of see here, they have like those two little fins right there on the tail, and they're going vertical. So that's what those are. And but look at that mouth, and then those right there are its eyes. Oh, this looks like something of like fucking Alien, man. Wish these things, like, if these things are still alive today, I want to find one, take it home, just like keep it in a fish tank so I can say I own a cryptid. It does look like something from Spore, actually. You're right about that. Oh god, Spore is great. So people don't know whether it is actually like a worm, a mollusk, an arthropod, a conodont, or a vertebrae, because the fossils of it are so weird. It's really hard to tell. And what the heck is a conodont? Oh, they're like they're in the family of eels. Okay, so people don't know if they're in the same family as eels, and they're named after the person who found the first fossil there, which was named Tully. Oh my God! Well, this person keeps. I keep getting text messages from the same person. Oh gosh. But yeah, so it's an extinct one of those little creatures. People still think that people believe that they could still be alive today, and if they are, I actually really hope they are because I want like 50 of these things. Um and in 1989 it was designated the first state fossil of Illinois, so that's actually really cool. And let me see. And at the end of it had that really long kind of like proboscis like mouth, and at the end of that it had teeth in it and everything, and it could do that to like bring its prey. And it was a really like odd creature, but I think it's cool. um and it had, let me see, it has gills. It had like, people don't know for sure if it has gills, but it had like things like little structures on it that people believe could be gills. It even has a notochord, which is honestly something that is more found in squids than anything, and vertebrates, which means that it also most likely had a spinal cord. Um, and it had bone that was made up of chitin or calcium carbonate. So it did have bones, but it's a weird little creature, but I think it's pretty cool. And it does say it's extinct, but people have claimed to find these creatures still alive to this day. So I do hope that is the case because I would love these things to be around again. But I just have to figure out if they were freshwater or saltwater, because I think they are freshwater, so I wouldn't be able to have them. I have saltwater tanks. And if I put a freshwater tank in a saltwater tank, or vice versa, unless it's a brackish animal that can survive in both, bad things will happen. Then we have these creatures that are found like allegedly like in multiple states. And they're called the maned American lions. Um, and it's a mystery big cat, so it's like one of those alien big cats that people aren't like don't know like where the heck this came from and everything. And I accidentally clicked something. I hate pop-up ads are horrible, guys. I'm so sorry. Um, and it resembles a male African lion, um, 5 to 8 feet, and its shoulder height is about 3 feet. It has a shaggy coat, brown, that's brown or tawny. It has a large head, thick hair around the neck like a mane, muscular shoulders with a long tail with a bushy tip, and they attack livestock and everything. But here's a reconstruction of what they kind of look like. And these things are allegedly found like all over the United States, like in different states. So in Arkansas, they're found in Deer, Arkansas, Dover, Arkansas. They're found in El Toro, Fremont, and Lake County, California. They're found in Loxahatchee, Florida, um, Alapapa, Barron County, Georgia, Centralia, Decatur, Joliet, Peoria County, Piatt County, Rockford, Roscoe, Will County, and Winnebago County, Illinois. Um, Abington, Elkhorn Falls, and Warwick County, Indiana. Muscatine, Wapello, Iowa. Penobscot County in Maine. They're found here in Missouri too, in Cross Timbers. I have no idea where the fuck Cross Timbers is. Um, hmm. I mean, these are found all over the states. I mean, allegedly. I mean, it could be maybe. I don't know. Where is it? Yeah, it is. It is Lake County, California. They're also found in Cresco, Surprise, and Waterloo, Nebraska. Um, they're even found in New Brunswick, Canada, and Gagetown and McAdam. North Brunswick in New Jersey. Um, Rutherfordson, North Carolina. Is it really Meth Head Central? They're even found in Ohio, Clinton County, Dodson Township, Gowega County, Groesbeck, Hillsborough, Lorain County, Mentor, Miami Township, Morning Sun, North Avondale, North Olmsted, Springboro in Ohio, Craig County, Rogers County, Vinta in Oklahoma, and they're found in Ontario, Canada, um, and in Bussing. They're found in Bald Eagle Mountain, Clinton County, Jackson, Lackawanna County, New. So yeah, this creature is it's a really unusual one, and it's one of my favorites because I really do enjoy the really unusual stuff. All right, there we go. So pretty much covered all the cryptids in Illinois, and I still have some time left. So let's take this. What cryptid are you? Cryptid Wiki. Let me see. That's for the comments. Let's take this quiz, guys. Okay, 8 questions. I don't know what they mean by size, if like they mean tall or I'll say I'm about average. What is your favorite type of food? Okay, I really like seafood. We'll go with that. How competitive are you? Let's go with low key and sensitive. That's kind of me. How much time do you spend with friends and family? I prefer companies with a small group of friends. Do others find you good looking? I'd say I don't know. Okay, guys, I don't know how to answer this one. Um, I'll go with for me. I'm just gonna be modest here. All right, but nothing striking. How do you rate your intelligence? That's me. Clever bird is not an intellectual pursuits. What is your athletic ability? I definitely play sports. How much you like traveling? I do love traveling. I don't travel much, but I love travel. Oh, I got my spirit cryptid. I'm apparently I got the Loch Ness monster. That's cool. I might go back. I'll see what other options there are, maybe at some other point. But yeah, I got the Loch Ness monster. I've never taken that before, and that was pretty cool. Let me see. I'm gonna see if there's any more cryptic quizzes online. Since I finished a little early than what I planned. Let me see. I found one that I like. All right, I'm gonna take a quiz. We're gonna see how good I do. It's do you know these cryptids? All right, let's start this. There we go. Okay, guys, I'm sorry the stream crashed for a minute, but so I'm taking this quiz. This is a Kraken. I I got it. Awesome. This is a fairy due to the fact that it has those wings. Manangle is the one that splits its body in half. Yep, that was a fairy. That is the mini hookah. Perfect. Let's see if I can get all of these right. Create an essay about cryptids with 100 characters? What? What is this quiz? Okay. Okay. Cryptids are cool. I don't. Okay, can I just skip this one? Where can what be found? Doesn't even give me a picture. What the heck is this? I just want to take a quiz. I don't want to be writing little essays. Well, this is stupid. Yeah, that was the stupidest quiz that I've ever fucking taken. I just want like a trivia quiz. I don't want to be writing fucking essays about this. Pro Prof's quiz maker. Don't go to it, guys. Just don't go to it. I already took a cryptid person. I took a lot of these, but yeah. All right, where do you like to hang out? I do like forests. Discovers you. What do you do? I walk away. Let me see. Okay, we'll go with that. I do like running. Let's see who I am. I bet it's like Bigfoot. Oh, Chupacabra. Okay. I do like that picture too. Well, I don't eat pets, but that was cool. Actually, not gonna lie, that quiz was. I don't know. All right. Well, yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This stream was all over the place and everything. Like, I have been really out of it the past couple of days because I'm fucking tired. So, again, guys, I apologize if everything just seems like if I just seem like really out of it. So I'm sorry, guys. I guess So again, guys, I'm sorry that I seemed out of it. I've just been really tired. Yeah, I've been really tired because it's just been a long, busy week. So I'm sorry, guys, but I guess with that being said, since I don't have like any other cryptids from Illinois to talk about, I guess I'm gonna end it here. So, guys, be sure to hit that like button. If you like this video, you can dislike it if you dislike it. But I heard if you dislike it, the Murfreesboro Mud Monster will throw mud at your window at night. So if you don't want to be cleaning off all that dried mud in the morning, be sure to hit that like button. Also, guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and become a member of the Crypto Crew today. Also, check out all the links to my social media in the link in the description below. I'm also going to be uploading a new video for my second channel after this. So, yeah. All right, with that being said, guys, sorry it's a little shorter than normal, but I will see you guys next week, actually, for I believe it is the fairy tale, original fairy tale origins for the Disney movies.